Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Reine Des Fleurs along Ludy's route. He's a tricky guy, and keeps trying to sway our mind in all kinds of different ways. Apparently he just really doesn't want things to go the way they're supposed to, and really wants us to run away with him and say screw the world. That seems to be his MO. So let's see what kind of progress he makes in this video today. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story.
What high expectations you have of me. But I'm just doing the same thing I always do, watching the time go by. Princess, aren't you overestimating me a little?
I think not.
Are you really the same as always? But Anami told me. Even in this situation, you seem to be enjoying yourself much more than when you came here first.
I see. He feigns disinterest, but he actually observes me quite well.
So, you really are enjoying yourself.
I know I shouldn't be inappropriately happy in this situation, but it is true that I don't take this matter as seriously as you or the other knights do.
Why? Everyone must have some worry weighing on their mind.
If so, then why don't we all just drown in this barren reality?
What do you mean? What Ludy means by all of us drowning is...
X giving up, or O just playing.
Well, I personally don't want to believe it, but are you enjoying the situation as a play?
And if I am?
It sounds like you, good or bad, but it is in poor taste.
I knew you would say so, but I didn't expect that part about poor taste. What we are experiencing right now, this story is only for us and nobody else. Regardless of the ending, it is very interesting for me, as a person who's devoted to the arts.
It may be true, and you have a clear point in taking the situation as an exceptional story. But I don't prefer tragedy, especially when I am the protagonist of the story, and not the audience. So I am trying to lead this story to a better ending.
I see. But Princess, you realize that you're not only the heroine, but also the leading role of the story. If so, then I'll just read my lines and act accordingly as a minor character.
He's totally treating this whole conversation as a trite topic.
You seem to be confused, but still as reserved as ever. I was hoping to see a weakened princess coming to dive into my arms for aid.
Well, I guess we're going to just have to disappoint you.
I'm sorry, but I don't have the patience to play this kind of game with you right now. At least I understand that you are not overwhelmed by the situation. So, what do you think of this system of circulating grace on the land?
No matter what I think of it, it is what it is. Even if I don't like it, nothing will change. We knights are just mediators, nothing more.
But it doesn't mean that you can't do anything.
Thinking you can do something will only make you feel troubled. If I were to say that I wanted to do something for powerless people, wouldn't that just be arrogance?
How's that? No, it's compassion.
No, Ludy is trying to provoke me with his words, but I should not become emotional. The worries become like roiling waters and disturb me. Is this what Hubert meant?
Princess, I wonder.
What is it?
Whether the Reine is to unconditionally fulfill her role as divine spirit or not.
What do you mean?
Someone who was given a predestined fate since birth and has no other options. At least some Reines in the past must have felt conflicted and rejected such a fate.
Probably there weren't any. There's no such record, and I have never heard of such a case either.
If there is none, that sounds very unnatural. Well, that's rather interesting. What will happen if you try to abandon the role of Reine, for instance?
Abandon the role of Reine? Can I ever do that?
X is Y, O is meaningless.
What made you say such a thing? It sounds like you're hoping for that to happen.
Maybe I am.
But if she did, then the whole world would just die, and then you wouldn't be able to have fun with her.
I don't have any control now, but I can be a very selfish audience. Ad-lib stories and dramas are preferable to pre-established and peaceful ones.
I have to agree with that.
That reasoning is typical of you. But I can't do such a thing, and I don't even want to think about it.
Well, we'll see. You may not think about it, but you aren't good at shifting your thoughts. What's more, you're kind of a tomboy.
I totally don't see any tomboyishness in Violet at all.
I have high expectations of you and your unpredictable words.
I don't really want him to expect anything like that from me. Ludy, you look like you're having fun.
Yes, it's quite enjoyable to converse with Princess. It makes it difficult for me to decide how I should attack.
I just hope you won't overdo it.
But it is a fact that nothing will change, no matter how much we talk here. Even if we try our best, you as a Reine and we as knights. That won't solve the fundamental problem. You should know that too. This downward spiral will continue endlessly, even after us, until the land eventually perishes. Can you really accept that it can't be helped and keep going?
But that is the way of the Reine. That is what I'm here for.
Is that really so? The position you're in is unreasonable, and there's no options for you and no place to run. Where does the mind of Violet, not the Reine, go?
Ludy, what are you trying to make me say?
If I'm forced to say, it's a dream. One that I would love to make come true, for example. I would be fine running away from this unreasonable world with you, if that was your wish. What do you think? Please give it some serious thought. What are your true wishes for your own future?
The future I hope for. Is it to run away with him?
Not yet, at least.
I don't hope to run away.
Is that the answer of the Reine?
Yes, but as a person at the same time as well. I may have thought differently at other times, but the life of a Reine is not all about struggle, but also pride. Including the fact that I met you knights, I want to take these feelings into account.
I see. I thought it would be nice for you to be the key person who resets the stage, but it's too bad. This didn't motivate as much as I expected.
Were you testing me?
Not at all. If you so wished, I was actually going to do it. You are more important than world peace to me.
That's kind of sweet, but he doesn't mean it in the way we want it to.
Should I be angry with his words as a Reine? Perhaps not necessarily, as he also gives me a variety of insights.
And I have won Revia. You've won my battle of wits.
It may not sound right, but the conversation we had confirmed that.
I know myself well enough, and you can tell me whatever you think.
Then, I will tell you directly. You are truly unique in how you are unattached to anything, and have a distorted sense of logic. Well, you have an unusual sense.
That's true, but that makes me who I am. We may have opposite personalities in a way, so our opinions will never conflict. I would appreciate it if you keep that in mind from now on.
Why do you say such things that confuse me? Ludy should know how I'm supposed to live. Why does he try to sway my mind?
'Cause it's fun for him.
I might have overdone it.
Were you aware of that yourself?
Yes, my words somehow grew harsh as I listened to you more.
Thinking back now, it was the first time I've seen him behave this way. Ludy is usually in my corner, whether that's a good or bad thing. Even if this is all a farce for him, he at least maintains surface appearances. You don't seem to have changed, but I suppose you must have been doing a lot of thinking as well.
Well, that's wrong if you're talking about my behavior. Well, I agree that I overdid it. But you are overly stubborn too, Violet.
Stubborn?
Your answer to every matter is that you are the Reine. We've certainly forged a bond between us, but I feel like you're even farther away now. I want you to remember that the person in front of you now is who you can open your mind to, even as a Reine.
The demanding eyes of Ludy are sharper than ever. His look stabs through me, and my body stiffens before I know it. Because my true feelings, which I didn't intend to speak, come out on their own. To make use of grace is a decision made by the Hanabito themselves. You all could be considered victims of that, right? Suffering both mentally and physically because of your connections with the countries. Given that, I cannot let you be responsible for my own sin as well. I'm fine, because I'm the Reine. I can bear it. I must bear it.
Really? Your stubbornness knows no bounds.
And therefore, we end our translation for this video. Oh, Ludy, 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 always trying to twist our mind. Always trying to bend our mind to your will. I have the feeling we'll end up bending his mind at a certain point, but that remains to be seen as we go along. So, hope you'll come and join me for more of his journey here. I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.